Surface area of a sphere. All right, so we've all done quite a few surface areas at this point in the last couple weeks. Sphere is a little different because you don't have the different surfaces to add together. Like we did the surface area of a cylinder not that long ago. I have this one sitting next to me still. So surface area of a cylinder means that I'd have to find the area of the top and the bottom, which is a circle, and then the area of this section here, which if we open this up, we can see if I peel it open, it's actually a rectangle. So it's really easy to find the area of a rectangle. And as long as we know the equations, it's not too terribly hard to find the area of a circle. But with a sphere, there's nothing to peel open. I can't just flatten that one out and find the area of the basic shapes. So it does have its own equation here. And it's volume equals, oh, sorry, not volume, geez Louise. Area equals 4 times pi times r squared. If they give you diameter, you need to make sure you divide by 2. Every diameter has 2 radii in it. So we divide by 2 to get back to the radius. And then we just simply plug it into our calculation here. So the only thing we need to find is radius and plug it in. So it's very similar to the volume of a sphere. We just had to find the radius and plug it in. This just has a slightly different formula to it. So let's go ahead and start so that I can show you what I mean. So with this one, we already know they told us that the sphere has a radius of 5. So I'm just going to go area equals 4 times 3.14, because this is also a very common thing. They keep asking us to do 3.14 for pi, times radius, which is 5.9 squared. So now I'm just going to grab my calculator and I'm literally going to type it in. 4 times 3.14 times 5.9. To do the squared, I just hit this little XY button, and then that box pops up and I put a 2 in there. Equals. And that is my answer. And they want you to round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to round here. I look the number right past my tenth. As long as it's 4 or smaller, that is in fact my answer. 0.2. I do need to make sure, I don't have to select the unit on this one. So some of them you have to select the unit, but for whatever reason, this one, they're putting it in there for you. It's centimeters squared because it's the surface area. And I don't have a ball out here or a sphere, but surface area is just the area outside that you can actually touch. So that's what surface area means. Not how much can you fill it, that's a volume. But surface area is the actual area on the outside. So it's the amount of area it would take, like if I needed a piece of paper to wrap this, how much paper would it take without overlapping any of the paper? Something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and click check. And uh-oh, one of my digits was wrong. What did I type in? Oh, silly me, I was talking too much. That's supposed to be 7. Check. Okay, so we did the calculation right. I just typed it in wrong because I was talking a little too much there. Let's see, I'm gonna just erase this bit here. I didn't want to erase my formula there. Okay, let's go ahead and go next. All right, so they are giving us the radius again. So we're going to go area equals 4 times 3.14 times radius squared. So I just need to go and grab my calculator here. I'm going to start typing in 4 times 3.14, 7.6. And you can type it in like I am. I'm not actually clicking. I was typing all that in. The only thing I can't type in is the squared. So I need to hit my little button here to give my box and then put the 2 in. If you are typing it in on the calculator, it's the caret symbol that's above the 6. So you'd hit Shift 6. I'll actually try it in a second to see if it works. I haven't tried that on the Alex calculator yet. I want to round to a tenth. So 4 is my tenth, but the number right past it is 6. That's 5 or bigger. So the 4 is going to round up to the next number, which is a 5. So I want to make sure I type in 5 there. Really quick, I'm going to test this. So I'm going to go 6 and then Shift. Look at that, it does work. So you can actually type that in. So if you hit Shift 6, by chance it's a 6 there, but that's not why. The little caret button is above the 6, and that's actually how you type in a exponent if you can't type it in like this, if you don't have a superscript. So it just gives you that ability. You can do it that way. Neat. All right, next. All right. So let's go ahead and do this last one here. Oops, I need to turn my pen down. Okay, so now they're going to give us a diameter. So remember, before we plug that in, we need to make sure we divide by 2. So we're going to take our calculator here. We're going to go 13.6, and we're going to divide by 2. And that's going to give us 6.8. This is my radius. So now I can start plugging my actual calculations in. So I have 4 times 3.14 times 6.8 squared. And I went ahead and touched all the buttons on that one, so I actually clicked on them all. But again, you can type them in. All right, so we get 580.7744. I'm rounding to my nearest tenth. Remember, here's my tenth, my 7. I have to look at the number right past it, and that tells me if I'm rounding up or down. 7 is 5 or bigger, so I'm going to round my tenth up, my 7, the first 7, up to the next number, which is 8. So 580.8. All right, we finished another one.